Welcome back, English 1102 friends. This is a guide through the reading and assignment schedule for summer 2021. The point of this video is to really guide you through the actual work of the class. And that work starts with keeping up with the readings and the assignments. And we'll jump back into the actual practical layout of the course in just a second, where you'll find your readings, where you'll find your exams, all that stuff. But this is to guide you through the schedule and what the week-to-week work of the class is going to look like. The first thing you will notice is the schedule is broken into each week. The week of June 7th through 11th, the week of June 14th through the 18th, carrying us all the way through the last week of class, which is that week of July 26th through the 30th, so that last full week of July. And our final exam will be due Friday, July 30th, which is the day for exams for summer classes. Within each of those weeks, you will see that there are parts. Some weeks only have 2 or 3 parts. Some weeks have as many as, I think there's one week that has 5 parts. This class, whether I teach it in person or online, is broken up topically and thematically. So everything that we read covers a certain theme. And often the vocabulary and terminology will be some sort of outgrowth of that terminology. The units that we will cover are innocence and experience, that's the I and the E, work and labor, and then intoxication and play. And then the first exam will cover innocence and experience, work and labor, and intoxication and play. Then we will go through family and community, conflict and combat. And then the second exam will cover family and community and conflict and combat. As I said in the other video, the midterm and the final exam are over terminology. The terminology for this course is always the asterisk, all caps, bold terms that are on the syllabus, on the reading and assignment schedule as we go. So as you can see, there's a BAUD, setting, antihero, foreshadowing, grotesque, plot, symbol, personification, Gothic, all of those. The midterm covers all of the terminology before the midterm. The final exam, which is exam 7, covers all of the terminology between the midterm and the final exam. So you will see, so that gives us exam 3, the midterm, and exam 7, the final. Then we will go through Gothic and grotesque. Exam number 4 covers nature and settings and the Gothic and grotesque. It will go through characters and relationships, ethics and morality. And then exam number 5 covers characters and relationships, ethics and morality, and gender and sexuality. Gender and sexuality is the last piece, the last reading block that we will have for this semester. Then we will watch a film. You will access the film through the college's library system, a system called SWANK, which is linked through the college library. Exam 6 covers Schindler's List, which is the movie that we're going to watch. And then that's the next to last exam. It'll be due that Wednesday, which will be July 28th. And then the final exam, like I already said, covers the second half of the course terminology, and it's due Friday, July 30th. The exams, when I open them up, they will open up both under the syllabus, schedule, and exams heading, so they'll stack up as we go through the semester down there, but they'll also open up in your weekly parts too. So like the first exam will open up under the week of June 14th through the 18th module in D2L as well. Each of those exams is 10% apiece. The other piece of work that's built in here is the research assignments. You can see that the quotations and works cited workshop and the bibliographic essay, that's going to be due probably June 21st, sometime around there. And then the research paper, also over the same topic, is part 3 during the week of July 12th through the 16th. So probably due that Friday the 16th. That gives us the work of the readings, and it also tells you how the readings are organized. One of the other sort of organizational theories of this class for me is, as much as possible, the works we are reading are by living people. Many of y'all took literature classes or studied literary analysis in high school, but it was often by things that were 100 or even 400 years old, with Shakespeare, things from the 1600s. Many of the things we are reading for this class, I have chosen because when I pick them, or even now, the people who wrote them are alive. The first two things we are going to read this semester, The First Day by Edward P. Jones and Tunneling to the Center of the Earth by Kevin Wilson. Both Edward P. Jones and Kevin Wilson are both still alive, and relatively young writers. You will also notice that most of the reading blocks are broken into a first underlined thing, which is almost always a story, and then everything else is a piece of poetry. So for example, part 2 for the first week, The First Day by Edward P. Jones, that's a short story. And then you get We Real Cool, The Summer I Was 16, A Spiral Notebook, Those Winter Sundays, and Bat by Stuart Dybek. Those are poems. And if we were doing this in a standard meet twice a week classroom, that would be one class worth of material. And what you were getting here in each of these parts is roughly one traditional class meeting, as if it was a regular semester. So you get an introduction to the course, a block of Innocence and Experience readings, the second block of Innocence and Experience readings, and then a block of work and labor readings. If this was a regular summer class, the class would meet for 2.5 hours twice a week. So what you're roughly getting is about 4.5, 5 hours worth of content each week, broken into these little blocks. That takes you through the schedule of readings and assignments. What I will say, and I'm going to jump back to the more main table of contents for D2L for a second, D2L, if you want to call it that. The main content block here is within each of these blocks. If you click on them, they are broken roughly into the parts, so you can see what I'm giving you from the jump is the way they're organized. I give you the course videos for everything you need to cover. There's a video for Introduction to Poetry and Did I Miss Anything? Then there's a video exclusively for The First Day by Edward P. Jones. Each of these videos, 10, 15, 20 minutes at the most. There's a video for Tunneling to the Center of the Earth. There's a video that covers 2 poems. Then there's a video that covers these 3 poems. And a last video, 3510, The Road Not Taken, and Maybe a Dash of Problem 2, poem about Spider-Man. And that covers all of the readings for Innocence and Experience, all of those parts, all of those blocks. What you get below that is the links to the actual texts. 3510, A Spiral Notebook, Bat. Those should all be roughly in alphabetical order, so that what you get as you go through the modules is all the course videos to guide you as if we were in class having a class discussion, and then the links to the actual text. So what you might want to do is open the actual text and then open the discussion and listen to it. All of the videos are basically like this, where I'm guiding you through the stories as if we were in class, and I was trying to get you through this studying for an exam. My ideal situation is that you are listening to these videos as you're driving or as you're washing dishes or something like that, so that you're sort of soaking it in, that you're focused and listening, but you may be doing something else too. What they are really designed, my hope for the class is that you read these assignments. You know, some you can read in depth, some you may really like, some you may just skim through. And then the videos guide you through this is what I'm going to be tested over. Oh, this is what I was supposed to get out of this. Oh, this is the concept I was supposed to learn. We will also have reviews before most of the exams, so that I can tell you what they're going to cover and what I'm expecting. How I'm grading is what I'm really trying. Often, especially at the beginning of the semester, students want to know, how do you grade? What are you grading for on these exams? In the Zoom sessions, I'm going to review you for those. To jump back into D2L for a second, you can see you've got the syllabus and the schedule and the exam and the course video to guide you through those. As I said, I will open all the exams up as we go, and so you'll have at least 2 hours to complete all the exams, almost always more than that. We are going to work mostly on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday time frame, so that things will be due Monday, Wednesday, so that most of the work that's due is going to be due Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. And we will have Tuesday and Thursday and the weekend plugged in as makeup times or, hey, Sellens, I had to work today, can I get this to you tomorrow, or something like that. We're going to be pretty flexible. And as I said, because there's course videos for almost all the content, you can do most of this on your own time. And even when we have Zoom sessions, I will record those and post them. So if you can't make it to a Zoom session, I'll still have it available to you. I'll just shoot those up in the announcements. When you need to turn work into me on the days it is due, I will announce when a exam is open and when a Zoom review or something like that is posted. So I'll be checking in every day and letting you know, hey, this is due today. Hey, we're gonna have a review for this. So as long as you keep up with the readings and are checking D2L pretty regularly, you should be fine. And you should be working at your own pace. If you need to knock all this out every weekend and catch up or get ahead, this course is designed so that you can do that. Below our week-to-week stuff, though, is also the research project and guidelines. The first thing you will see in the research project and guidelines is this research topics master list. One of the things you need to do, hopefully that first week of June 7th through 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, is pick a topic. And you can see that the topics, just like our reading modules, have headings. Those aren't topics, they're headings that match our subject headings, like innocence and experience, and family and community, and gender and sexuality, conflict and combat. The topics, your research topics, are below those. You will pick one topic per student, per class. Please email me and tell me what topic you have chosen off of our list sometime during our first week of class, and then you will use that research topic for both the bibliographic essay and the research paper. The other thing I will say is there are samples of almost every kind of work I'm going to ask you to do posted. You can see here under the research project guidelines and information, there's a couple of sample bibliographic essays, and then there's a couple of sample research papers, and there are also video guides to help you through each of those assignments. There are also, if you jump down to miscellaneous links and information, jump down to reading links, there are sample essay exams and the course terminology to help you see sample A papers to help you see what kind of writing I'm grading for. My general rule when I'm grading your work is the more detailed, the more specific, the more in the text, and the more concrete you are writing, the better. The more general, the more abstract, the more vague and sort of off in space you're being, that's bad and you're going in the wrong direction. I grade for specificity, thoroughness, completeness, detail. Whether you're giving a short 2 or 3 sentence answer or whether you're writing a paper, 1,000-word paper, I'm looking for you to dig deep and pull out the details. And part of what this class is supposed to teach you, both through the reading and through the writing, is how to dig deeper, be more detailed, be more specific, be clear and full and thorough instead of vague and general and abstract. And as you read, one of the most useful ways to read the work in this class is to think about how the writers are giving you specific, concrete, vivid details and examples and showing you things, not just telling you in general terms in vague, abstract language, but showing you in specific, concrete language. You'll see that even as you read the first story, the first day, the first paragraph of that story is full of vivid, specific, concrete details. That is the kind of writing that this class is supposed to teach you to do, is that specific, concrete writing. That, more than anything, is what I'm grading for as I grade your writing, and I'm trying to teach you in terms of how to write and communicate in writing clearly. We will also, at some point during the first week, have a Zoom session if you have questions or you're struggling to figure out, or you're struggling to get started, struggling to get some momentum, struggling to get that sort of success and momentum going for the course, we'll jump in and chat so that in case you have questions as you get going and get the ball rolling, I'll try to answer them for you. Hopefully that gives you a very basic sense of the readings and the assignments and how we will just sort of roll through the semester, how we will progress and succeed through the semester. Each week you'll complete the parts mostly on your own time, but then when work is due, it's probably going to be due a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday. And if you have any questions or you need some kind of accommodation or something has come up and you need a couple of extra hours to get an assignment in, be in touch with me and we'll sort that out. I hope that gives you confidence about doing the work for this class and getting through this class. And if you have any concerns or questions, please always be in touch with me. Thanks, and I look forward to reading your work and getting to know you guys as well as I can electronically.